What's up, gang? Case here with our at-home strength work for Friday, January 29th. We've got 4 rounds today, 10 three-point rows per arm, 10 prone press, so with a very light weight on those, and then max effort -2 handstand push-ups, and I'll give you guys some variations today if you're not ready for that full handstand push-up. On that three-point row, knee and hand elevated on an object. Knee can be slightly forward of our hips, so more so like in line with our belly button. This opposite leg is kicked out to the side just enough to where you can keep your hips level. So if you're taller and depending on object height, you might have to bring that foot out farther. If you're shorter, you might have to bring that foot in a bit closer. From here, we're pressing our foot through the ground, hand through the bench, knee through the bench. That's going to help keep us active. Hips and shoulders stay square to the ground, reaching long in the bottom, and then pulling that elbow as far behind as we can with our fist right next to our ribs. Really focus on the muscle contraction of that lat. Try to make that mind-muscle connection and squeeze hard through there as we pull. 10 on one side, take a few breaths, 10 on the other side. Then you'll rest roughly 30 seconds before you move into your prone press. On these, lightweight, somewhere in that 2.5 to 5 pound range. Toes together, body long. So you're going to squeeze your butt, squeeze your quads, squeeze your belly. Then we're going to keep those hands and elbows as high off the ground as we can, squeezing those shoulder blades together in this bottom position, reaching long, keeping those hands high in that reach. Stay slow and controlled throughout this movement. Same thing, mind-muscle connection. So try to squeeze through the back of that shoulder to keep those hands and elbows up high off the ground. 10 reps there. Rest 30 seconds to a minute before you knock out these handstand push-up reps, because these are going to be a bit more difficult. And then same thing, roughly a minute rest after your handstand push-ups before you get into your next round of row and prone press. 4 trips through those 3 movements today. Good luck, and we'll see you back soon for our Metcon. All right, talking about our handstand push-up work for today. 4 sets of max effort -2 on strict handstand push-ups. So sets should be difficult, but you should never be at risk of failing a set. We've been spending a lot of time with holds, with slow negatives, trying to get all of our muscles to talk to each other when we're in that inverted position. So that's why we're going to stay slow with that strict motion and no kipping today. I do want you using some range of press, so I'll give you some options to get into the version that works best for you. So full range of motion, hands, remember, right beneath the shoulders, fingertips straight forward. Once we're up on that wall, toes together, reach, get that body long, keep that belly tight on the way down, tap the head, and then fire back up to full extension. If you can't quite achieve that full range of motion, we can bring in 1 up to 2 ab mats to bring our head down to. Once we get past 2, we'll be shortening that range just a bit too much. So then we can slide over to a box and complete pike push-ups. This way we're still pressing in that same plane of motion, but only having to support half or a little over half of that body weight. We still come down into that tripod position. So your head is slightly forward of those fingertips, full extension at the top, trying to get your hips stacked over your shoulders and your hands. Same thing there. We can use up to 2 ab mats to help us out with that range. And if we're just not ready for that press, we can go back to some chest facing the wall or back facing the wall handstand holds today. Controlling our down motion, keeping those toes pointed towards the ceiling. Squeeze your quads, butt, and belly. Your goal is to keep all of that tight on the way down and then to not lose that midline on the way up. Pick a range that's going to give you at least 3 to 5 reps every set. So throw in those ab mats as needed, and always make sure that you are controlled in that bottom position so that we're keeping our neck safe when we're upside down. That's going to be it for today's strength work. We'll see you back soon for our Metcon.